Hi, it's Joey and today I'm going to be watching Shadow and Bone. It's season 1, episode 8, No Mourners, no funerals. Oh my goodness, everything's happening. Basically all the main characters apart from Nina and Matthias are on the Sandskiff, going into the fold. What is the Darkling's plan? What's going to happen? I'm so excited. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. And let's go.
How many markers have you passed? 5.
I'm pretty sure I would be right in the back or below decks. My god, if there's a below decks, catch me down there. No Volcra getting me down there. Or, I mean, they very easily could get me down there, but...
I don't see how we step off this boat without you pulling those guns. So, cleaning them's a good idea. I mean this.
Yeah. He's trying to keep you calmer. You don't have a bunny, a goat.
On a ship. To make sure there's an audience.
Don't trust him. Oh, hello, my freezing pair. Sit down.
Somewhere else? There must be a place where we're not just Grisha and Driskella.
Right here.
Thank you for saving me.
Oh. Oh.
Maybe hungry.
Oh. You have halls with kefters on them. Waffles.
Is this supposed to be sweet or savory? Yes.
Oh.
Drop the blood flow to his head, so he's out for a few minutes. Something you could have done hours ago. His caller says he's one of Bone's men.
Yeah.
Nearby. Is that why you haven't killed him?
He's with me.
Oof.
For the enemy, he's changed. They don't change.
They can. I understand why they'd be scared and never think they could.
He must die for his crimes.
Slaver! This man is a slaver who has taken me to be sold.
Will you testify in court?
I'll testify, yes. Take me with you to Ketterdam.
He is not a slave.
Mm.
Happy sailing.
Oh God.
No. Remember who's driving. Consider the scenario. The Sun Summoner fled from his palace. Now she's tied to the deck. We're sailing for a city where another Ravkan general hired Arkin to kill her. We know it requires the Sun Summoner to be valuable to us. We need to threaten her life. What? Who's this? Who are you?
Stowaway. Why pick this of all skiffs?
To kill the general and save Alina. I'll ask you again.
Who are you?
Who are you? Malaretsev. Who's in control of her? The general I'm gonna kill. Let's give him his gun. Because if he isn't with Kerrigan's crew, he's with ours.
I love this. Oh my gosh. It's where he started it.
You have me. You have this. You said we could.
And why would we destroy
He wants his revenge.
the greatest weapon?
As soon as we land, I'm going straight to see my aunt.
You have family there?
Yes. My family's Ravkan. That's why I volunteered to drive the skiffs.
Oh, oh. Zoya. Just power, power, power corrupt.
Now bear witness to what I can do
Oh God, I don't want to.
with her power.
Oh, Alina.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Bold move is to strike now.
The smart one is to get clear of the damned fold first.
Not if you break out, Alina.
That was smart. Can you believe him?
Agree with him.
All of you go. Alina can get you to safety if you can get her.
We draw. Countries will answer to us. For who would oppose us now?
Mal. Oh gosh, come on, Inej. Oh.
Keep him alive.
Come on, Kaz.
The action's up there.
They have the advantage.
Only because I'm within the game.
What are you doing? The general wants us to stay put.
Get us out of here now.
Oh, just go, Zoya. You want to try and save your aunt and your niece?
You think I need special parting? You'll be seen not as a savior, but a heretic.
He only cares about Grisha, though. Well, they're not going to be passing on that message now, are they?
I'll have to give that speech again now.
I'm sorry, that was really funny. Oh, goodness. Yes, Zoya. Yes, you made the right choice right then.
Help me stop him.
Oh, yes, Zoya. Oof. Oh my god, he saved Jesper.
It will take more than this.
Alina can use that to get free. Oh my god. Oh. Yep. This is insanity. Inej fighting Volcra. No. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. He'd already given it to her. Cut his hand off.
But I never needed you.
Yes! Yes, Alina.
Your first words to me were, what are you?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I am.
Yes.
You cannot claim what was not given to you. The stag chose me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it chose her, and she accepted it.
I was trying to save us.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you everything.
Oh, Hyper Volcra gets you, you piece of shit.
Your place.
Jesper works just as well. Oh goodness, Alina. Your hand hurting, boo. Aim for the head. I mean, he's shielding it with his arm, but
Did you really think you could kill me?
there's a Volcra coming.
I don't have to kill you, darling. Your last will do it for me.
I mean, it's definitely not that easy, but he deserves it.
Don't you dare say meet me at the meadow.
And it's time, sweetie. Good. Yes. Yes, my loves. What a crew we are.
I've never met a saint before.
Oh.
I've never been a saint before.
I love that line.
much, but a friend ever been up to.
She'll treasure that forever.
You still be trying to kidnap me?
Sorry about that. Awkward times.
Have you found religion too? I saw this on a portrait of one of the queens in the little palace.
It's not a gift. Just keep quiet about who I am. Where I go from here.
Good business sense.
You're not ready yet.
You will be.
Were they?
We'll come back. Promise. We will tear it down. Just not today.
The Apparat will try to keep this power, blame this on all of us. The people will turn on Grisha again. You need to find new allies.
Oh, you have friends whether you like it or not.
I still don't like you. But I'm grateful for you.
One of these gemstones covers it.
Yeah.
She needs my help more than you.
But we do need you. I need you.
Yeah.
We'll see.
She gets to make the choice fully and freely. That's what's important.
No, Matthias, please.
She hadn't done that to him before. You can see why the prejudices would rise straight back up.
Matthias, falling on the mercy of Kirch law or certain death. I knew if I said you were a slave, they would only arrest you.
Yeah.
I know I'll drop the charge when the case goes to court.
Goes to court. Maybe in a year or two. Meantime, we're headed to Hellgate. All the way to...
Yeah. She didn't know that. She just knew the basics of Kirch law.
You broke my trust.
I can fix this.
You'd be dead.
Fix this.
Stop at Oscarvo. To Kettledam next.
Are they gonna stow away on the ship that they're on? That is hilariously amazing.
What did we learn? People with trains are evil. Kidnap a human sunbeam. Maybe. Greed is a poor motivator. True wealth is the friends you make along the way.
Oh my god.
I'm talking of Milo, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need a heart render.
Milana?
No. For this to work, it has to be someone neither of them know. Someone desperate for work with riches available to us.
Did he call us ghosts?
It also means survivors.
Of Novakirisk. It's two ghosts.
It's you and me now. Like all the time.
Just a boy and the girl
I like those
on a
ones.
prowl of a chip. Of a ship. Oh, not a chip. Oh.
When I'm strong enough, we'll come back. Together.
Yes.
And tear it down.
He's back and angrier than ever. Definitely not going to cause any mayhem, are you, Sunshine? Or the direct opposite of Sunshine. He does like his shadow creatures. I need season 2. And I just would like confirmation that season 2 is coming tomorrow. That was phenomenal. That was just a gift handed to me. It was everything. The Crows being there for like the big events of Shadow and Bone is amazing. Kind of hilarious to me to think like how out there it is. It was all of it, everything. Them teaming up with Mal. Just, there were so many big character moments. I almost feel like I can't do a review because my head is still spinning. I will start with Nina and Matthias. Now that is very similar to the ending of their story in the original backstory. She, in order to get away, but I think it's almost less understandable on Nina's behalf, but also I still don't blame her in a weird way, she's still worried that he's gonna, I think they're still in Fjerda where they end up, and it's how and he like promises he's not going to turn her in, but she goes to a Kurt ship and she says, oh, he's a slave, he's trying to sell me away, can you take me to Kezdam? And they take, and you know, he gets sent to prison, etc. And she plans on dropping the charges, but the trial's not going to be till like a very long time. That is all the same, but her kind of openly defying the Ravkan way or turning her back on Ravka isn't the case. Yeah, she doesn't go back when she could because she wants to stay to help Matthias, but it's interesting that we had Fedor being there, seeing her, and all those Grecias seeing her choose a Triskele over them. Now, it's so funny because the Triskele are wrong. They are so bigoted, and so their beliefs are just brainwashed into them. They are terrible, terrible things that they get up that they do are disgusting. But at the same time, having Ravkins refusing to believe that there's ever a chance that a Triskele might have changed, that is just as bad. Okay, almost as bad. It's not quite just as bad, because it's a reactionary bigotry rather than just initiating bigotry. That is something that needs to change, but Fjerda needs to do a lot of changing for itself. Now for Matthias, you can see why he wouldn't trust her. Right now, it all feels like he was the biggest fool, that he got played, that this was all a trick, all her plan all along. At least he got some waffles first. I'm very excited because this definitely feels like we are in the immediate build up to Six of Crows, which is season 2 going to have the Six of Crows plotline happening alongside. I feel like it will, because it would be a bit much if they randomly get dragged into the Ravkan drama of season 2 without being their own plotline. But I think they did a good job of meshing the two worlds. Whereas in the books, Nina's the only one that's kind of a mesh between the two worlds. Now, Zoya is another interesting one because in the books, she loses her aunt and her niece in Novokurisk. I'm just going to butcher these names, I'm so sorry. But she doesn't, on the Sans gift that we see, openly defy the Darkling. The whole situation gets very messy and everything, but that was kind of different, that she's on this side, that she's there. I'm excited to explore her character more. Also, Jenna's character, David, a lot of the Grisha that we met, I'm excited to see them grow more and how the show handles their characters. Mal and Alina, their bond and their love is there. It is everything. And it's, you know, they would do anything for each other. They give each other strength. And I love watching their bond develop. I loved reading their bond develop. Like, initially I was skeptical about it, but over the time I loved watching it develop. And I'm excited to see what happens in season 2. But it ending with them at the prow of a ship was how the book ends. You know, we will come back, we will save our home. It's two ghosts. I love Nina being there and kind of overhearing about the sun saying, but also just kind of her, like, picking it off. They need a heartrender who's desperate for work and has no other loyalties. Nice to meet you. I'm Nina. I'm very excited for her to get to meet them, and it's so funny because they almost met her initially and I was like, that's so weird. Like, it's all just such a different take on it, but I love it. Again, the crows. Inej is going to be free to make her own choices once her indenture's paid off. She can choose to stay or she can choose to go and find Alina and help her. And I think that is true, that is right, you know. If she'd have said to Kaz now, oh yeah, I'm going to stay with you because you need me, and you finally admitted it, it kind of takes away from the choice. I think she definitely needs to have that choice and to always know that if she hears Alina needs something, she's off. I'm very excited for the rest of the crows. Jesper, his deep meaning at the end that he found. Kassadam, when they get there, it's going to be a very risky situation, and it's going to be an even more fraught situation than it was at the start of Six of Crows. They were more or less in the situation that they were at the start of this season, with, you know, a painting having gone from a merchant's house and kind of Pekka Rollins wanting power over them and everything, but there wasn't quite the level of vendetta from their enemies as there will be now. I'm very intrigued to watch how they do it. The Darkling, of course, would not die, but his true evil has been exposed to the world and he cannot hide behind his veneer of I'm so wonderful. He will try, but yes, he will not be quite as successful as you would think, and I'm just so excited. The second and third book in the series are some of my favourites. Well, were my two favourites in the series. I loved the first one for the world building it did, the development of Alina's character and her growth in confidence and her belief in herself. But the next two books were, in my opinion, you meet some great characters, and then bringing in Six of Crows is going to be amazing as well. Now, Alina realising that it comes down to the stag choosing, and because she showed it mercy, you know, she didn't want to kill it and she didn't kill it, he could see it's good. It was tied to her because she was having those dreams, and it chose her. And that moment, that realisation in the dark was like, I don't have everything, I don't have all the power, and she took it back. And then, like, she's accepted the collar properly, as it should be with an amplifier, rather than the way it was, cutting it out of his hand. It was so powerful. I love it so much. I'm so excited to get to see more, and scared as well in so many ways, because God, it's going to get dark, but I'm so in love with this show, and I really don't feel like I've done much of a review, but it was just so good. It was just perfection. It was just crazy. It was just nothing. I mean, I knew they were going to tie in Six of Crows to this, obviously, because they brought them in, but I didn't expect them to be such an integral part of so much of it, and it worked in such a weird way. Like, sure, there were some crazy coincidences, but they weren't that coincidental when you realise that these characters all have very similar aims, or their aims are to get to similar places. It really does make sense, and I love that they know Alina and have worked with her, whereas obviously in the Six of Crows books, Inerja's only heard of Sancta Alina, and she's still, you know, I believe one of her knives is called Sancta Alina, but it's not one that Alina gave her. But I think it just adds an extra dimension to the world building and to linking the characters, which is especially important when they are in the same show. If they were doing Shadow and Bone and a separate show, Six of Crows, that would be different, but I think it works really well how they've done it. I have loved this show. I have loved how they've shown us the Darkling's past, because yeah, he has a sympathetic past, but it doesn't excuse what he's willing to do now, and anyone who excuses that man after what he did this episode, it's just because he's pretty. He wanted to control Alina, he basically turned her into a slave. Don't ship them. Like, you know, ship an alternate universe version of them where he's not actually evil. You have fun with it. I love this show. I really hope if anyone has watched these reactions, I have filmed these all over like a 2-day period, so as far as I know, no one has watched these, and it's fine if that's the case because I love this show. I knew I was going to, that's why I reacted to it. But do let me know your thoughts. I hope you have been all along. If you haven't already, go and read the books, all of them. The Six of Crows, the King of Scars, and of course the original trilogy. They're all brilliant. They add to your understanding of things in this. Things like Jenya's Kefta and some of the names of the different Grisha and wider politics of Fiona and Shuhan and Ketanam and all that stuff is really enriched by reading the books. The books are fantastic. And Leigh Bardugo's writing gets better as she keeps going, and I'm excited to read more and I'm excited to watch more. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of these reactions on my Patreon, and I'm just so excited for season 2. If this show doesn't get renewed for season 2, I say we all plan a vengeance heist and get them to change their minds. Thank you for watching.